Welcome to the show, y'all. Welcome to the show, y'all. It's the Greg Davis Show. We gon' talk the talk, so get ready. We came to push the call, educating. So just lock that down and keep it steady. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Everything is alright. We're gonna help you get your life. It's the Greg Davis Show.
Hi, I'm Greg Davis, and we're on location here at Fashion International, and this is personal for me because they're celebrating for 25 years, and I've been here just about the whole journey, which makes me a little old now. I'm feeling a little old, seeing that I was only born a year after the store, a year before the store opened. I'm here with my good friend as he celebrates, and we wanted to really talk about the inception of Fashion International and also how they're celebrating 25 years. And he's allowed Greg Davis Show to come inside the store and talk to him. Welcome, my dear friend, Larry. I'm going to try to say it. Tell me how to say it one time.
Alebiosu.
Alabushu. Is that right?
Alebiosu.
Alabushu.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
For those that are watching over in Africa, man. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, we've had a journey.
I know.
I was doing radio back then,
Yes.
and I'd come and bug you
Yes.
about doing commercials. And now look, we've grown, and I'm doing national TV, and 25 years later, man, you're doing everything from ball players to preachers to businessmen. But before we get to all that, tell us who Larry is.
You know, Bishop, it's interesting that you asked me a question like that, but I'm simply a guy that came from Nigeria about 30-something years ago. Came to the United States, went to college, and I had a dream, simply a dream to be able to excel beyond my own natural capacities. And when you look at the likes of Gandhi, Martin Luther King, Obama, these are people that came from very challenging environments, and yet they were able to perform, and they were able to excel. So I came from environments like that, you know. So I came here to the U.S. with a lot of hopes. Went to college, got married, have a lovely family, and decided to start a business about 25 years ago because I've always wanted to be independent. I've always wanted to be of those that can employ people, inspire people, train people and teach them how to get things started and how to maintain them. So it's 25 years later, we've been doing just that.
Here's what I always want to know, Larry. There are probably thousands upon thousands of hundred thousands of young men from your area that didn't come to the United States, that wasn't given that opportunity. What was it in your family background that afforded you the opportunity? Or what was in you that said, you know what, I'm going to be different, I'm going to excel?
My father was a businessman.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to.
My father was a businessman. My father was an exporter of cocoa from Africa to Europe when I was a kid. So I've been around my family since I was 6 years old, counting money and dealing with people, dealing with businesses. And my father's father was a fabric seller.
So it's generational.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
What I wanted to get to. Yeah, I knew the story a little bit.
Yeah, but it was just selling fabrics. So that was where I think, I developed the taste for colors and styles and fabrics and things like that. You know, my father my father didn't sell clothes, but he was just impeccably, he dressed impeccably all the time. You know, and when I was a kid, people just brought clothes and clothes to my father to buy all day long.
Yeah.
You know, so I grew up in an environment where fashion was, but we're talking about African fashion now. Mm-hmm. We're not talking about suits.
Exactly.
You know, we are talking about African clothes. I don't think I didn't have my first suit until when I was coming to the United States. You know, so I didn't grow up wearing suits. Western clothes. I grew up wearing African garments, but very colorful, and you can style them whichever way you want and put your own spin on it.
So you went to school for what?
Actually, I went to Western Michigan University and studied communications and journalism.
You should be sitting on this side. My whole crew is like, what? Really?
Yes.
I never knew that.
My specialty was film and television production.
Oh, so now, yeah. He's analyzing us, y'all. Wow. I didn't know that. See, I've learned something.
Yes.
So where did the fashion piece come in at? Of course, I believe it was in you because of your family, but where did you say, okay, I took this, but I want to do this?
You see, I believe that everybody has a gift. That, some people are engineers and that's all they can do is engineering. Some people are preachers and they are born to preach. Mm-hmm. For me, I think fashion was my gift that God gave me. I've always been interested in fashion. I've always been interested in dressing myself and dressing other people. So I think it's just my own natural God-given gift.
Yeah. How did Fashion International start 25 years ago?
Actually,
half the size of it, maybe 1/4 of the size of this of the store now.
It's interesting that you said that because when we started very small, and it was just something to do. It was just something to do on the side.
Really?
Yes, I was not going to quit my job because I was in corporate America. I was making good money, and I was just going to start a fashion business on the side just to make extra money.
Because I remember I used to come and you weren't always there.
Yes.
You were working on at the same time.
I was working at
Exactly.
the same time. So what happened now was as I got into it, I developed interest in it, and the people that I trusted to run the business, they were not doing a very good job. So I quit my job and decided to take over the business myself.
Wow. Now, as you look back 25 years ago, did you ever really think that it was going to grow to this? Did you think that you would still be here and grow to this?
Bishop, I knew that there's a possibility for us to make this bigger than what it is now, and to make it this big and even bigger. Because like I said to you, I came from an environment where business has always been in my family. And we believe in when you start something, you have to finish it, and you can't quit, because a man that quits can't finish. So making it.
That's good. So you slow down. We got a little time. You're dropping nuggets. A man that quits can't finish.
They can't finish.
So if you quit,
You can't finish.
you can't finish it. And you were in it to finish.
I was in it to be successful, because I came to America to be successful. So I didn't come to America to go back home as a failure. So I came to America to succeed. So whatever it is that I did in America, it was important for me to be successful at it. So this business was not something we started and we thought about just doing it on a part-time basis. Once we got into it, we wanted to be the best at it. So we wanted to be successful, we wanted to make it longer, we wanted to pass it on to the next generation that will come after that. So the only way you can do that is to sustain it.
Now, let's talk about that, because what I saw in the journey with you, I've met just about, not your whole family, but a lot, your nieces
Yes.
and your nephews.
Yes.
Literally would come here and work during the summertime.
Yes.
And now you were sharing with me, from this, you've helped them. They are now what?
Doctors.
Those little guys that were here.
Yeah. Some of those little guys are doctors, That fast? Yes.
So what does that say about us? I just shaved mine off, so.
Bishop, it wasn't that fast. It's 25 years.
Ooh. Jeez.
So it wasn't that fast. It's 25 years that we've been at this thing. And we've always had kids, that come around and they work in the environment, because what this store does for kids is give them confidence, because they meet so many different types of people. So they develop confidence, they develop customer service, they develop how to treat people, and in the process of that, they become smart and very, very intelligent.
You passed it back. You brought somebody with you. Is that something that's instilled in you in Nigeria to bring the next generation on and bring them on even better?
You see, Bishop, nobody becomes successful by themselves alone. It's impossible. Whenever you see somebody that is successful,
You say that so naturally, though. That's not something that's instilled in us here in America, though, I don't think. I know I'm going to get in trouble for that, but it's not.
why not?
That's what I say. Why not?
Nobody becomes successful by themselves.
Yeah.
Everybody needs somebody to help them.
Yeah.
Everybody. And there's nobody that is successful out there that will say, hey, I made all this on my own by myself. So I've always taken this as a responsibility to help to develop younger people, you know. And you have to give them a chance, you have to give them an opportunity, and you have to create an environment for them where they can excel.
We've seen businesses, especially in the last 7 to 8 years, come and go, especially in Detroit. You're in Southfield, Michigan, for those that are watching, because my show airs all over the country. But what has been your staying power through all of this? Because, you know, people talk bad about Detroit. They don't know it's back on the rise. What has been your staying power through the years?
You see, one thing, Bishop, is you cannot ever allow somebody to take away your mindhood. Okay? When you have your mind and you are determined, I have what I call the principles of 3Ds that guides me every day. It's discipline, dedication, and determination.
I believe it.
When you have
Discipline.
dedication and determination, when you have that, no matter what comes, you are going to overcome it. So for us, yes, Detroit has gone up and down. We've had our challenges. Our business has not been the same in the whole 25 years. We've gone through ups and downs. But because we are guided by the principles, we refuse to quit. We continue to work. We continue to service the customer. We continue to work on what we do. You see, most businesses, Bishop, they just look at the customer as somebody to make money off of. I have 6 basic principles that guides my business. So the first one is the customer that comes, that is a regular customer that is here all the time. The second one is the customer that comes but is not regular. Comes maybe once every 3 months, or maybe every 6 months, or once a year. The third one is a customer that has not even been here yet, that is just thinking about it.
Those that are watching right now.
Yeah, there are people that are watching TV right now. We're already thinking about them. We're already planning for them, what to expect, what to get when they come to the store. So the fourth principle is our vendors, because without the vendors, we won't have a business. Then my employees, I think I have some of the greatest people that are working for me, and that have always worked for me. I have guys that have been with me for 20 years.
Uncle Charles.
Yes.
Shout out. I got to shout to Charles.
I mean, Charles has been with me
No, Bishop. Larry not here. I got you, Bishop.
Exactly, you know.
I used to tell Charles no. Now I ask for Charles instead of you.
Exactly. So we have guys like that have been here for a long time. Then I have guys that are loyal, they're dedicated, they work hard. I have great people that have always worked for me. So that's one of the reasons why we've been able to sustain. Then myself. So when you have 1 through 5, which is the regular customer, the once in a while customer, the customer that is just thinking, then you have the vendor, then you have the staff, then myself. So for me, I'm the last person, because if I do 1 through 5 right, then I'm going to be okay. So the objective is to take care of the customer, and take care of the customer, and take care of the customer, and take care of the customer.
You being so personable with people, is that a gift? I know have charisma, something you're born with, or was it passed down to treat the customer right? I mean, it's like everybody's a friend to you. I mean, you know, you had a customer when we came here.
Yes.
And you were working with him. He was not of our color.
Yes.
And he's been in with you for years. How do you keep people like that?
Because diversity is important. Diversity in the sense of either from different races or different trades, different age group. You have to have diversity in business. And especially when you are dealing with a business where the economy, if it's up and down, it affects what you do. So it's important for us to have diversity in our customer base. It's like you mentioned Kim, you know, you mentioned the NFL players, the NBA players, the pastors. We have a lot of pastors that comes here. And when the economy is down, the pastors are going to be affected because their congregation, they are not making as much money as they used to make. So it's going to affect the church and it's going to affect the pastor's income. So for us, we have to have the diversity. So when the pastors are not doing so well, my athletes, they get their paycheck every game. No matter what.
Somehow people find money to go to the game.
They're going to go to the game. In America, I think it is said that entertainment, sports, they never suffer. No matter what the economy, there is a recession period or is a good period or whatever. Sports and entertainment are always, it's always booming. So I made conscious efforts to go out and gather customers from different walks of life. So my business will stay regular.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah. When we come back, we're going to talk about the 25th anniversary and how you survived and some specials that you're going to be doing, and from low end to high end, and you have something for everybody. When we come back, we're celebrating 25 years, and this is something that we're doing. We're going out to businesses, and church is not just about us being in church. It is about taking the kingdom, and this is part of kingdom, the marketplace. When we come back, 25 years, Fashion International. I'm Greg Davis. Hi, I'm Greg Davis. Come celebrate 25 years with us at Fashion International.
We're running a special, we call it 25-25, which is 25 years anniversary, 25% off on everything that you buy. And that is for everybody. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all my customers, all the pastors, all the ministers, all the church folks that have supported us for 25 years. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm thinking about you, and I'm going to continue to work to make sure that I service you and give you the best that I can.
Welcome back. We're celebrating 25 years of Fashion International, and we're talking to Larry, the owner and proprietor, and we celebrate him. To do anything for 25 years, you got to celebrate in these day and times. People quit so easily, they get bored. Did you ever get bored?
No, I don't.
You never get bored with this?
No, I don't.
Is it because of the diversity?
Because I like what I do.
Because one day, I came here, the next day I called you, we were trying to get this together, and you somewhere doing that, somewhere, you in Orlando, I don't know where you were.
Because I travel. Right. I take this business on the road. We work with all the 32 teams in the NFL. So during the NFL season, it's very difficult to catch up with me.
So when we look at this store,
yes.
This is not just Fashion International.
No, because we take this business on the road. Yeah. Like for example, on Friday, just this past Friday, I was in Indiana, working with the Colts. And I took merchandise from the store. We took fabrics from the store.
Because the season's getting ready to start.
Because the season is getting ready to start. So we started shipping stuff out yesterday for the game that is coming on Sunday.
Okay, so when we see these guys after the game with clothes on, chances are
Fashion International suits. Stuff. Yeah.
Is that important to them?
Number one, the team says, look, when you're on the road, you have to wear a suit. Some teams require that their players wear suits on the road.
Wow.
So all away games, they have to have a suit on. So it's important for us. We recruit just like colleges recruit. We recruit NFL players for Fashion International just like everybody else recruits.
You got a recruiter out there?
Yes, I do.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I have.
We're learning so much.
Yes, I do. I have agents that work for me and work with me from college. I have kids that I track from high school. So we have people all over the country that are tracking people that are likely to get in the NFL, in the NBA for us from high school.
And somebody got to dress them.
Somebody has to dress them.
So why not you?
So we follow them for a very long time. Mm-hmm. So what you see every day here, the success of 25 years is not by accident. It takes a lot of planning.
It's intentional.
Yes, and we work very hard to make sure that we have the kind of people that we want.
I know from somebody looking at the show right now, they might say, oh, it sounds so easy, I can just go out and do this. What have been some of the challenges? No, there's got to be. It's not that easy. And no matter how much you love it, you've had to have some challenges. What's been some of your biggest challenges?
You know, my biggest challenge is being labor. Finding human beings that appreciates the passion, that understands business, and they are willing to make the sacrifices. So sometimes that is very, very, very challenging because, you know, it's your dream, it's your passion, it's what you like to do, and people think that all the money that you collect goes in your pocket, which is not true. So our biggest challenge is being finding labor.
Finding good help.
Yes, finding good help and sustaining them and keeping them happy, because we don't have all the benefits that you get when you are working for a big corporation.
How are we celebrating 25 years? This is part of the celebration. You're doing this special show. What are you doing special to commemorate 25 years? I see signs outside, buy this, get that, but what are you doing for the customer to appreciate some people that have been with you for years?
You
like
know,
me. No, I'm just kidding.
you know, Bishop is few years ago, Melfa's father came here. Melfa, his father. And he said to me, he said, Larry, it's interesting that black people today, he said, we complain because we have to start from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
He said, when I was a kid, he said, black people were all in the hole. He said, some of us spend a whole lifetime just to get to the ground. So for me, to be here for 25 years is a privilege, because some people have paved the way for me to be able to come here and do what I'm doing. So for going forward, and for our 25th year anniversary, what we want to do is to make sure that we appreciate all these customers that have supported us all these years. I mean, we have so many pastors, you know, I mean, Bishop Sheard, his father, you know, Drew Sheard, you know, Pastor Winers, yourself, Bishop Ellis, all these great bishops and pastors. We got men of God from all over the country that comes here. I'm talking from everywhere.
So if somebody's watching, because our show's all over the country and in Africa and the islands, they can shop with you when they come in town, or they can call you and you do tailored stuff and all that stuff. So
we go see them.
Yeah, or you can go see them.
We go see them. We take our custom business, we take it on the road. At this point for us, we're running a special, we call it 25-25, which is 25 years anniversary, 25% off on everything that you buy. And that is for everybody.
So anybody that's watching now, they want to come in, because they got some pieces, I looked at them before. 25%.
Yes.
Which represents the 25 years. So as they look at this, anybody that watches this, no matter when they watch it, it's 25% off.
And this is going on until December 31st.
Until December 31st.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Greg Davis. Come celebrate 25 years with us at Fashion International.
We're running a special, we call it 25-25, which is 25 years anniversary, 25% off on everything that you buy. And that is for everybody. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all my customers, all the pastors, all the ministers, all the church folks that have supported us for 25 years. I appreciate you, I love you, I'm thinking about you, and I'm going to continue to work to make sure that I service you and give you the best that I can.
I want to ask you just a couple of last questions. Because everything around us is changing. The city's changing. Detroit is not the only city that's struggling. I think somebody that has been in business 25 years can help somebody even in everyday life. I know you're not a pastor or whatever, but you are a proprietor. Help us to navigate through the challenge of change. Here's what I believe. I believe change will come, whether we embrace it or not.
Absolutely.
And the issue is, many people won't embrace change. So, talk about navigating through change. How to navigate, how you've navigated through change. And not only have you navigated through it, you stayed, here's the word, relevant. When I look around, you don't come in here and see stuff that's not in style. You go to some places in the business, we ain't gonna name the store.
Yeah.
And they have not kept up with the time. They're still in the old styles. We may be talking about clothing, but this applies in life, period.
Yes.
Navigating through change.
You know, Bishop, change, like they say, is the only thing that is constant.
That's good.
Either you like it or not. it's going to happen.
Whether you go with it or not.
Either you like it or not. So that is one thing that is always constant, is change. In my business, I don't design clothes that is popular today. See, when I'm creating fashion, I'm designing something that is going to be timeless. Because if I create fashion that is happening now, by the time you buy it, it's old. So one of the advantages that we have is the ability to stay ahead of the game, which is giving people something that is going to be in vogue, today, tomorrow, next year, 5 years, 10 years from now. So I'm not in the business of creating fashion that is popular just now. I like to create fashion that is timeless. So for people that are in business, you cannot think about just now. You have to think ahead. You have to stay ahead. And and you have to be relentless in what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking relentless in the way that you service your customers. Because without customers, we have no business.
Yeah.
I think our people take their customers for granted, and they have a sign on the door that says, I'll be back in 5 minutes, and customers are sitting in their parking lot and they don't come back until 2-3 hours, or they don't come back at all. We are always open. If we say we are open, we're going to be here. No matter if...
Yeah, because he don't play, y'all. He don't play. I've seen him. Yeah, he don't play.
No matter how many inches of snow that is outside, my store is always open. Nobody can say they've ever been to my shop and it's not open.
Yeah.
And my staff, they get paid on payday, on time, whatever it is, their salaries, whatever it is that they need to get on payday, they always get it. So you have to keep your people motivated, and you have to keep your customers motivated. So if you want to be around, that's just one of the few things that you have to do.
Last question. So what is the biggest misconception about your business?
We have customers, Pastor, that have been with, Bishop, that have been with us for all these years. And we have some people that are afraid to come because they think our price is high. But unfortunately, one thing that for me, being an African American in the African American community, as a businessman, I refuse to sell poor quality merchandise. So our people sometimes don't understand quality merchandise, because
it's not all the same.
Because it's not all the same. You get what you paid for. So our customers want things that are unique and different. And that's why the price sometimes is not what they will find at the Men's Warehouse or some other stores. We are not trying to compete with those stores.
But you're not going to see yourself walking up and down the street either.
Absolutely not.
And that means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much for 25 years of service. Everybody come celebrate. Come celebrate with Fashion International. My good friend Larry, it's been a great journey. And we'll see you here at Fashion International.
Bishop, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all my customers, all the pastors, all the ministers, all the church folks that have supported us for 25 years. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm thinking about you. And I'm going to continue to work to make sure that I service you and give you the best that I can.
Thank you, y'all. We'll see you next time.